Hello everyone, myself Dinesh Kumar, PGT Mathematics, presenting you the art integration in conic section. So first of all, what is art integration? Art integration is the process in which we integrate the mathematical concept with the real world objects so that the student can learn and understand the concept for a longer time. Here in this video, we are going to integrate the conic sections with the real world. First of all, before start the topic, we provide some pictures to the students. And the first picture is of circle and students are well aware with the circle. In the second picture, two students are playing in the garden and throwing ball to each other. And the ball and the path traced by the ball is a parabolic path. In the third figure, uh, it is a picture of a solar system in which Earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical path. Now the question arises in the mind of the student, what we call these figures and how such shapes are to be formed. All these shapes are called conic sections because these are obtained from the sections of a cone. And first of all, what are conic sections? These are the sections of a double napped right circular cone with the plane at different angles. In this picture, here we have shown the double napped cone and a plane. When a double napped cone is cut by the plane at different angles, then different sections of the cone are to be obtained. These sections are called circle, parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. First of all, what is double napped cone? Double napped cone is made up of the combination of two cones which is combined at the vertex. It have the common vertex. These two cones have the common vertex, and the line which is perpendicular to the base is called the axis of the double napped cone, and the common vertex is called the vertex, and the vertex angle A is called the vertex angle, red line is called the generator, and this green two lines, top and bottom green lines, are called directrix. If a plane intersect the cone at an angle of 90 degree at the axis of the cone, then a circle is formed. When a plane intersects the cone at an angle of and at an angle which is greater than the vertex angle but less than 90 degree, then an ellipse is formed. When a plane intersect the cone by making an angle equal to the vertex angle at the axis, then a parabola is formed. When angle is greater than equal to 0 degree but less than the vertex angle, then hyperbola is formed. But all these angle ranges are difficult for the students to understand and learn. In order to overcome this difficulty, we have represented the data into a graphical method. Here we make an angle of 90 degree and then represent in the middle. This line is represented the vertex angle, and when angle made by the plane with the x is equal to 90 degree, then circle is found. When angle is greater than vertex angle but less than 90 degree, then ellipse is found. When angle equal to the vertex angle, then parabola is found. When angle is greater than equal to the 0 degree but less than the vertex angle, then hyperbola is formed. Next is, there are some other cases in which the cone section cannot be generated, and this is happen when a plane passes through the vertex of the double napped cone. Then three cases arises. One, there may be a point, there may be a straight line, there may be intersecting lines. This can be easily understand with the help of this geometrical representation. Here again, we make an angle of 90 degree, and in this angle, we represent the vertex angle. There is a line which represents the vertex angle. And if angle made by the plane, first of all, the plane passes through the vertex. And if angle made by the plane with the axis is greater than the vertex angle but less than the 90 degree, then a point is found. When angle is equal to the vertex angle, then straight line is found. When angle is greater than equal to the 0 degree but less than the vertex angle, then pair of intersecting lines are formed. Teacher may provide such type of activity to students to understand and differentiate different shapes of the different shapes like circle, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola. Next is circle. Circle is the collection of all points in the plane which are at equidistant from the fixed point. It is the collection of all points. The fixed point is called the center and the fixed distance is called the radius. After explaining the component of this circle, then teacher from this definition we can find the equation of the circle. In order to find the equation, first of all we take the coordinate of the center, which are hk, and let us suppose that pxy is any arbitrary point on the circle, and distance between O and P is called the radius of circle, and it is given by the distance formula r square equal to x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square. Now teacher integrate the concept of circle with the real world so that it becomes the art integration and conic section. So by giving such type of examples, teacher can integrate the circle with the real world situations. Such type of examples can also be given to the students, and teacher can integrate one subject with the other. In biology, students learn life cycle of a cockroach. From this figure, we can explain the component of a circle to the students, and this type of picture can make the impression on the mind of students for a longer time. Now, next topic is parabola. When we introduce the parabola along with this picture, then clear cut idea is to be created in the mind of students. When an impression is created in the mind of students, then we introduce the definition. Here is a parabola, and there is a fixed point in the parabola that is called focus, and there is a fixed line in the parabola which is called directrix. This is focus, this is directrix, and this is the collection of all points which are at fixed distance from the fixed point focus and from the fixed line directrix. So definition is collection of all points in a plane which are at fixed distance from the fixed point and from the fixed line. The fixed point is called focus and fixed line is called directrix. Now, axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is a line which passes through the focus and is perpendicular to the directrix. Next, teacher can provide such type of picture to the students so that they easily understand each and every component of the parabola. Now, this type of activity can be given to the students in which they make different types of a parabola along with their equations. Now, teacher can relate the concept of parabola with the real world situations. And real world situation may be like this: iron barricading, Eiffel Tower, and this is tube well, water from the tube well. All these explain the parabolic path. And the teacher may provide such type of model to the students in which this red line represent a parabolic path, and it is made up of points, and all these points are such that the distance from this fixed point and from this fixed line is always constant, always equal. This distance equal to this distance equal to this distance. So this type of model can explain each and every part of a parabola. Now, when we introduce the concept ellipse along with this picture, then certain idea about the shape of the ellipse is to be created in their mind. It is just like a circle, but not a circle. It is slightly tilted. Now, when an impression is taken in the mind of student, then we introduce the definition. In the definition, we take as an ellipse, and pxy is any arbitrary point on the ellipse, and there are two fixed points, f1 and f2 are the two fixed point on the ellipse. And now tell the student to measure the distance of a point P from f1 f2 and find the sum. And now shift the position of a point pxy somewhere else on the ellipse, and again repeat the same activity. In all the cases, students see that the sum of the distances of point P from f1 and f2 is remain constant throughout the ellipse. So this becomes the definition. The now definition of the ellipse is collection of all points in a plane which are at in which the sum of the distances from two fixed point is always remain constant. The two fixed point is called the two fixed point are called the foci of the ellipse, and line segment midpoint of the line segment joining foci is called the center of the ellipse. A line which passes through the foci and whose endpoints lie on the ellipse is called major axis, and line which is perpendicular to the major axis and is passes through the center of the ellipse is called minor axis. And the point of the major axis are called vertices. And again, there is a picture which explains each and every component of the ellipse. Now, teacher can integrate the mathematical concept with the real world situations like this. Teacher may provide such type of project work to the students to understand each and every component, to feel each and every component of the ellipse. Now introduce the concept of hyperbola, which such type of figures. These figures also create an impression in the mind of students. What type of a hyperbola is this? And there are two lines. These two red lines represent the hyperbola, and these are the two fixed point f1 f2 are foci of the hyperbola, and p is any arbitrary point on the hyperbola, and this point P is such that the difference of the distance to the point P from two fixed point f1 f2 is always remain constant. So what is the definition of a hyperbola? Hyperbola is the collection of all the points whose distance from the difference of whose distance from the two fixed point is always remain constant. The two fixed points are called foci of the hyperbola, and the midpoint of the line segment joining foci is called center of the hyperbola. A line which passes through the foci is called transverse axis. A line which is perpendicular to the transverse axis and is passes through the center of the hyperbola is called conjugate axis. And the point at which the hyperbola intersect the transverse axis is called vertices of the hyperbola. Again, there is a picture which explains each and every component of the hyperbola. Next is real world situations of hyperbola. Teacher may relate the hyperbola topic hyperbola with the real world situations like this. Now next is student made activities on conic section. Student may be given such type of task in which they can find all type of conic section, that is circle, hyperbola, uh, ellipse, parabola, etc. in their pictures. And there is one more model which can explain the conic section completely, that is the butterfly. And here this part of the butterfly represent the parabola, this part represent the circle, this part represent the ellipse, this part represent the hyperbola. Such type of activity can explain each and every part of the conic section. Next is a very interesting and useful application, uh, useful application of a parabola, a conic section, that is with the help of a GeoGebra. We can make all type of conic sections. With the help of GeoGebra, we put these equations, that is the equation of circle, equation of ellipse, equation of a parabola, equation of hyperbola, and we get the same shapes here. So this picture, this smiley picture represent the ellipse. This is circle, this is circle, this is circle, this is parabola, this is parabola, and such type of figure can this such type of project work give insight knowledge regarding the conic section. Thanks and have a nice day.